Alright, my last project was a baby cradle, and I had to make legs with this profile and long curves. And I really had a problem getting the side that I was happy with to be exactly like the side that I wasn't happy with. And I'll show you how I was going about drawing curves all alone with this little example. I would pretty much mark my points and put screws where I wanted them to be to form my shape. And I would have to use both hands to hold the ends of the ruler, which means you need a friend to help you draw the line, unless you can do it with your mouth. And that's how I would get my line, right? You have to have a sacrificial ruler if you bend your rulers. But with this one, this contraption that they've got, it's a long curve clamping mechanism that allows you to get the curve exactly as you want it. So I'm going to try using this for the first time. This is the curve I like. Secured in place with the clamps. Alright. I want to go in a little bit there. And now I've basically replicated the curve that I like. And I can take my pencil. I don't feel like marking up my worktop, but I can take my pencil and just run it along that line. And if I want to transfer that curve onto another board, I can do that. I can move it onto another board, and I've still got the same curve. So yeah, I think that's a really cool tool. That's going to save me a lot of hassle in the future. One thing I didn't point out is that the one I was using there was 67 inches long. This one is 37 inches long. And they also have one that's 107 inches long. Okay, and this is spring steel, so it always goes back to its original form. Now on another job I was doing, I had to make marquee letters, which are basically letters that get hung on the wall and jump out at you. This thing ended up being 30 centimeters deep with lights in it. But I really struggled to get my curves drawn. And when they asked me to come back and make them again, how am I going to make them exactly the same? Well, what I did in that case was I made doubles of the B, the E, the other E, and the R, that wanted the word beer. So I can run my router along and just copy onto the next job. But in the initial markup stage, I had a lot of eyeballing to do because all I had was a font that they sent me that I could print on a A4 piece of paper. I've secured this one in place, and I'm literally just pulling it against my surface and clamping back to where I want to be. And there we are. I can remove my sample. Pretty much stays. Had I put a screw, right, had I put a screw or a clamp here to hold that in place, bang, I've got my line. And I can draw it fast and easy. And again, I could flip it over and draw it over on the other side to complete the B. A slightly larger size. I can just tweak it a little bit and draw again. Another thing that's nice about this is you can just hang it on a nail and it takes up very little space in your shop.